and book jackets, interior drawings, record albums, posters for Broadway shows. I'm a graduate of the University of Arts in Philadelphia. And while I was studying in Philadelphia, I was very interested in classical painting and got very involved in it. And when after I graduated, I started to make samples, and I brought the samples around to the publishers to try to get jobs. They said, you're not an illustrator, you're a fine artist. So I kept getting that same thing over and over again. Finally, an art director, Ross and Dunlop, gave me my first opportunity. And he, since then, had given me a lot of work. And he was responsible for giving me, when the film came out, Brothers Karamazov, I did the painting for that, for the book, and when the film, in conjunction with the film, and also War and Peace. And the unusual thing about those two books, they were published without a title about War and Peace. It wasn't on the front of the book, it was just on the spine. And this was a publishing first. It took some nerve for the publishers to put the book out without the title on it, only on the spine. And when I was walking down Fifth Avenue, I was passing Scribner's, and I saw my book with a pyramid, the whole, I didn't bring that one in with me, there was a pyramid of the War and Peace. It was astonishing, you know, this looked like one big painting, about 14 books high, in a pyramid. So people were coming in to find out what that book was, and very successful. And War and Peace, I think, came out about 15 years ago. And Brother Karamazov followed that. After that, I got a couple of choice plums. I illustrated 2 books on Edgar Allan Poe and one on Abraham Lincoln. And all through those years of illustrating, I was always told that the art director said, you're still a fine artist, you're not an illustrator. Then I started teaching at a college in New Jersey, the Newark School of Fine and Industrial Art. And I was teaching there for about 20 years, part-time. And I was teaching 2 days and 1 evening. And that finally blossomed into 2 evenings. I noticed an ad in the New York Times at the High School of Art and Design in New York City wanted someone for teaching in the painting department. So I applied for the job, and they said, you have a license? I said, yeah, I have a driver's license. Oh no, you need a license for teaching. I said, well, I've been teaching college level, and this is high school, is that all right? You still have to take a test to get a license. So the test came down to 2 whole days, I mean, from 9 to 5 of testing. One day was all day drawing, and the next day was questions, how you would handle this, that, and the other thing related to student behavior. I took the test, and that was in May, and I promptly forgot about it, was busy with my work. Came September, I got a card that I was appointed to the High School of Art and Design in New York City. So I was thrilled about it, and I went in with the card, and I showed it to the people in the office, and they said, yes, we have this job for you. And I said, well, I only want a part-time job. I only teach, I teach at the college, and I'd like to teach 2 days a week, if that's all right with you. So the lady looked at me and said, are you kidding? This is a full-time job. I said, but I don't want a full-time job. I already have a part, and I just want 2 more days. So that went on back and forth. She said, better go talk to your wife. And my wife happened to be a teacher. She was teaching in this fair lawn system here in New Jersey. And told her about it. She said, well, give it a try. So I stopped teaching at the college days, but I kept the night classes. That was in 1980. and I stayed there until 1995. My wife expected me to last about 6 months, she told me later on. And during the last 5 years of teaching, I started to exhibit what they call the juried art shows. How many people are involved in painting and exhibiting their work in juried art shows? Anyone? And you all know those that are exhibiting, that's the way the jury system works. Then after, if you're lucky to get in, there's another jury comes along and they give awards. So it's very nice if you can get in the show. That's an honor in most of these jury shows. I'm a member of the Salmon Dundee Club in New York, the New Jersey Watercolor Society, and the Garden State and Northeast Watercolor Society. So there's several there's societies where you become signature members, and you can get that status after you're in the show 3 times, become a signature member. So with that, that's a little background on me. And as the flyer said, I'm going to do a figure study, watercolor and acrylic. Now, wait, I'll show you a couple of samples. This one you're seeing, probably have seen. So if you want to see it closer, I can pass it around, you can look at it. And all watercolor, this one. And this one is quite an involved piece. You all see that you're in a semicircle, so it's hard to see. This is acrylic and watercolor mix. And you see this large eye up here? Does that carry to the audience? And this light passage is the nose for that eye. And that's the right eye, and the left eye is in the shadow, the cheekbone for that large head. There's a lot of imagery coming down here. This is what I call one of my heritage series. And this, by the way, if you just look at this part right here, the left eye and cheekbone, this becomes a nude right here, a female nude. Anybody see that?
No,
Good.
that's amazing.
This is a photographic of a mural that I did. And it was for a Caribbean house. There are 4 panels. This is one of the panels. And this is acrylics.
How do you achieve that brilliant shine?
It's a photograph.
Oh, that's a
A
photograph.
photograph.
They're all photographs?
These 2 are photographs. Yeah, they're all photographs. Except that one in the
So how do you get that so shiny?
photographs.
How do you get that so shiny?
That one in that is not the photograph. Photograph of the painting blown up. In this case, it's reduced down. The mural is bigger than this. This was a recent painting. My wife and I went on a trip to Italy, and there's Amalfi. Anybody been to Amalfi, Italy?
Yes.
There's a beautiful, beautiful place, Amalfi, Italy. This is Amalfi down here, and the mountains are all behind. And in the olden days, you couldn't get to this by any way but a boat. But now they have a single road going along the mountain base. I'll lay these on a table so we can look at them later, but these crimp easily if you don't know how to handle them.
Acrylic.
I prepare the backgrounds first on my panels, usually, not always, but usually. And I prepare the background with nothing on it but the background. And this background is watercolor and acrylics mixed. The left side is mostly watercolor, the right side mostly acrylics. Now, some of you have been studying with me, and I have been exploring these little ball pens. And,
Well, okay, but you must have a reason for doing it.
well, it makes it richer. You can get effects with acrylic, but you can't get with watercolor. How many have worked with acrylics? Well, you know that, how many have not? Only 3 or 4? Well, acrylics is a water-soluble paint. But it also can be worked right out of the tube and mixed with, and it looks like an oil painting. It also can be worked and mixed with a watercolor. Now, the question, why mix them? My wife calls me the question man. And I'm always questioning everything and anything about the world, and also about my work. And if I find a medium that I want to see if they can mix well. And they do mix well. Well, you can see it's on the sample. You find it interesting?
Yes.
The mixing of it? Well, in my experience in working with it, the mixing, the acrylic gives the watercolor color, and the watercolor looks more fluid. But the work is looks very fluid also. When you look at this, does that look like a watercolor to you? What? Looks like a, what?
Colors are very rich, much richer.
It looks like,
Floral base. Yeah.
I just put a couple lines on the paper just to show how the watercolor and the ball and water-soluble ball pen can be blended into a painting as well. So with that, I'll start thinking. As you see, there's no drawing on there. I'm just approaching it cold turkey.
Do you have a plan in your head?
Pardon me?
Do you have the plan in your head?
More or less. Yeah. Can you all see over me? I'll keep moving around.
Can you work to the side?
Like,
We go to the side that we.
like that?
Now we can't be over here.
I'll keep moving around.
It works, guys.
Work from behind.
I'm using the ball pen over the watercolor. And this will blend into the watercolor, as I said. I have experimented with this before.
Irv, are you working with what you see on the paper, or are you working with what you have in mind?
Say that again?
Are you working with what you see on the paper?
There's nothing on the paper.
Well, maybe not, at times there is.
No, there's nothing on this paper.
Abstract.
Come up and look at it.
Well,
Be my guest, come up
if I
and,
look at it, I'm gonna find something.
what?
If I look at it, I'm gonna find something.
No, you're not.
Oh, you think?
Well, I just put something in.
No, I could see that it's blotchy from here.
Oh, you can?
So if it's blotchy, I can find something.
I just put this in just now, but what else did you see? Something else?
The back of the woman, 2 sheets here, see the back? See that one?
I'd like to get John to come up and tell me that, but I don't know what I'm doing. He always tells me what to do.
I can find stuff. If I look.
Anybody see anything? That's it?
Almost a figure of a woman.
Pardon me?
A figure of a woman from back.
All right. I may not be doing what you see, but I'll be working on it.
You may not be doing what you see, but what are you doing?
If anybody has any questions, I can talk I can talk and you can talk while I'm working.
What kind of paper do you use?
What kind of,
Paper.
Winsor Newton and Liquitex. I experiment with all of them basically, because some of them have, one company makes a better red or a better blue, but I explore everything.
What's the name of the handmade paper?
What is the handmade paper?
Yeah.
Watton.
Watman?
Can you kind of explain to everybody what you're thinking as you're trying to create what they will see?
No, I won't.
Not to
You just gotta watch. Well, someone asked, do I have something in mind? And I did have something in mind, but often when I approach the canvas or the board, what I have in mind sort of evaporates from, the painting starts to take on a life of its own, and I pursue it. my hand is one step ahead of my brain, and that's an answer to that young man's question back there.
I'm not even.
Would it be good if every few minutes he stepped aside so you can see? So every 2-3 minutes?
He's doing it.
That's what I'm doing.
He's doing it.
Anybody see anything yet?
See, I still
Hey,
see the thing
how
eye. It's hard to see the pen from here.
Well, it'll develop.
Are you gonna go over it with anything?
I'm going to tell.
It's hard to
Does
see
Gimbal
from
tell
here,
Macy's?
too.
How you? How you doing?
Good.
Can you see anything yet? All right, bear with me. At this point, I'm going to take a brush and go over the ballpoint, like I did over the finger, and see if anything happens.
I see a huge face now, is that what you're doing there?
Who?
Yeah, it looks like,
What do you
and that's the
have on
hair?
Water.
Is that acrylics now or watercolor?
Harvey?
That's acrylics right now.
It's watercolor.
Just water. Putting the water over the pen.
Oh. Uh-huh. Thank you.
That's interesting. She had a whole thing over, you watercolor people over watercolor, how the whole thing blends in with it. Water soluble.
She is an anchor above my heart. Well, it's true now, and she used to work in New York. She used to have a graphics business, and about 6 years ago, she became a massage yeah, she's very philanthropic.
I know.
Yes, and then so they set up if you know Avon and the former home of Frederick Church, the paint, that would look right there. And they don't know what it is into the house. She loves the country. Oh, I'm telling you. In fact, tomorrow morning, we're going to a rehearsal at Philharmonic Hall, which is walking at Broadway and Washington.
Follow executive course.
Yes, now it's going.
Sign up.
It's like the cameras is coming, it's like it's cheekbones are coming out.
Irv, I turned around and all of a sudden I came back and there was a head. Yeah. I don't know, but that I know. You know that, don't you? He teaches Monday at the Senior Citizen Center. Somebody could see his paintings and they wanted a watercolor.
That sounds like Jewish. My sister always says that my sister always says all the time oh, I'm in my oh, I called but has one, but they don't call me right. It's there. I heard it. It looks like when he went to college, he was bringing home. Get over say, what is covered with college I was She did the show last year. How was it? Was it fun?
I think we'll go see what's happening.
Yeah.
The large head here, and I just had the eye sockets. I'm gonna flop the eyes in now.
Is it someone you know, or is this
No,
a fanciful figure?
nobody I know.
Oh, is that another figure in the making in the left,
Yeah.
on the upper left?
Yes, ma'am.
Buzz, 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 I think there's a little too much noise in here.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna turn this light on, it's very bright, don't look into it. I'm trying to get the glare off the paper. If it's really bothersome, let me know.
Why not?
Didn't take it off.
I went into a chemist in the city that moved.
You know, I would take it off, that's fine.
They wouldn't handle it.
Yeah, well, it's just, not much I like to do
need a brush before you.
Yeah.
Wendy gave me.
Well, Maggie just gave me.
But this is,
Well, when I used to work with Liquitex, and then this class that I don't, this was 4 weeks, well, 4-session class. I'm missing one of the sessions because I was jury. She used Liquitex and she also used Golden. So, and she introduced me to a color I can't pronounce the name, but it's kind of no, it's a transparent, kind of an orangey gold, and I'm really taking what you know. It's going on everything. But I can't remember the name. It's like gold quadrant or something like that. Something like